What's up, WWE Champions Universe? It's Rusty from Champions Chat, and hopefully, I wasn't talking over the intro just now. I
You
kind of do
weren't.
these intros. I count to six Mississippi in my head before. So, Lee, we've got a new female striker that,
We do.
from our Break It Down video, was very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, and we've done this kind of loosely in the past, but like we've put the category to the test and we've called it essentially queen of the category. So,
Yeah.
like, we've got some really incredible modern striker females in the game with Naomi. Is it Field the Glow or Return of the Glow?
Return of the
Return of the Glow,
Glow.
Naomi.
Yeah.
We've got Out of Control, Zombie Bailey, also just a move damage monster. And now we've got Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring and reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. We could be transferring that title tonight. But what we're going to do is Lee's going to be working on our power rating metrics for us. I'm going to be running the chat for us. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we need you in the chat each and every Friday night with us so you can help us get it right. Lee, what are we doing with Nia tonight?
Well, we just showed on Live Baby Live on the WWE official Twitch channel 3 very good move sets. All 3 of them hit over 60 million, which you'll see when we get to the power ratings rubric is basically where we want to see new characters that are top tier hitting. But one move set did some things that the other move sets did not. And I am going to start it off with all the stuff, and then I'm going to peel it back instead of doing it the other way around because I've already got all the stuff added. So she doesn't have a moment attached to her right now, just so we know, but that moment that is already in the game to see would also increase her column break damage by 100%. But we don't have that on, so we're not knocking her for it. I just want you to know she can hit even harder than what we're about to see. On the moves, we've got the 5 MP blue headbutt. Deal damage, increase your black MP by 9. The 5 MP blue running hip attack. Deal damage, make 30 random gems into column break gems. Then deal damage and increase your black gem damage by 160% for 1 turn. And then the stink face. Deal damage, by the way, a decent amount of black move damage twice in this. So you deal that damage, make 30 column break gems into black, so that's going to clear most of the board. Then you do your finisher, which is going to also then destroy the entire board again. That specific aspect of this moveset is designed for the yeet plate. I guarantee it. You'll see it. We are going to take off the yeet plate just to make sure we don't screw up her overall score in just a minute. But
Right.
Entourage, we've got Lawler for blue MP starts loaded, so both of those moves. We've got R-Truth for column break gems do 150% more damage. Lyra Valkyria for column break gems do 200% more damage. And Zombie Live for black gems do 30% more damage. Just keep in mind, you could use Zombie CM Punk for even more damage, but that would be one more rare thing. On the strap, we've got a 100% gem damage strap, which we decided with the community across multiple weeks that the 100% gem damage strap is the new strap for power ratings. It does not count against the readiness score because the community has said 100% looks to be accessible enough that most people should have a few 100% gem damage straps available to their characters. You know, not everyone, but for sure some. Plus Fury 2 with a black 200% move damage. But the big thing is the Devil's Drip. Whenever you make 6 or more column break gems, make 7 into multi-gems of strength 7. And the yeet. I'm going to take the yeet off in a minute because we don't need it to hit her top damage. But my goodness, whenever you make 6 or more column break gems, increase all of your gem damage by 500%, which means when she breaks the board a second time, every gem has a 500% boost on it. Rusty, I talked a
Wow.
lot. Let's see her
Wow.
in action.
Wow. Okay. So while you get her revved up and loaded, I think Baby Ice makes a great point about the community for this power rating is going to have to overlook their bias. There is a little bit of a stigma, right? Sometimes Nia feels like a meme to us. Now we want to be as objective and fair with this power rating and not have any bias whatsoever about any of that. So just a little disclaimer as we start voting and casting our votes. Coincidentally, Lee, we did a warm-up poll. Will Nia outpace Naomi as queen of the category? And by one vote, people said no, Naomi will remain queen. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We also, Naomi didn't have a few tricks when we power rated her. So her score is actually lower than I think maybe it should be. But let's hit the button here. I want to show you this damage because right now this multiplied gem by itself is doing 11 million damage. Just that one. And then these column break gems are doing 2 million damage. And we're going to break the entire board twice with the yeet plate on there. So the damage hits twice. So notice the first one. Boom, that's one set of damage for 115 million. And then boom again, that's another set of damage for 30 million. So 145 million damage. And I waited to hit that button. So, I mean, this would have been fast.
Yeah, you let me insert that disclaimer, and thank you for doing that.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, it's hard, like, when you get going on there, it's hard not to, like, just run through the whole stretch. So, yeah, I always like to make sure that I'm not talking the whole time. So, I'm going to take the yeet plate off, or I'm not, because it's going to mess the game up. Let me try this again. How much, Rusty, do you think she's going to hit without the yeet plate?
I mean, based on what you demonstrated there, I mean, I'm still thinking 75 million ish or above.
Okay.
I think that's, yeah, because you have the drip on, so we're still getting multis, and I think it's gonna be good.
Okay. Well, she has 76 million health total, so if we hit more, if she says danger, that means we hit more than 76 million. So let's see. Remember, it's going to hit twice. So the first board hit is...
Okay. We've got the
65 million for the first hit.
Oh, Lord. Way more than 75 million.
And 11 million for the second. So actually, it was right at about 77 million. About 77 million.
Okay.
Right there. So no yeet, 77 million. Last thing we're going to do, we're going to take off the chocolate rain plate as well.
Okie doke.
How much do you think she'll hit without the devil's drip? That's the next question.
Yeah,
devil's
less than 50.
Available. Less than 50?
Because no multis, right? There'll be no multis on the board.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Turn one good enough for you, Alan Red. Anything else is overkill? Absolutely. I mean, All right. So this is for the power rating there. Sorry, go ahead.
I just say, or useful in another format like Extreme Rules or Boss Battle. So, so big damage helps in other formats.
It does. Poor Jade. She's just got stink-faced a bunch. All right, so that was 43 million the first hit and 12 million the second. So it was about 59, like
over
borderline
50.
60 million right there. Barely right under 60 million. So
I mean, that's really good for no plates.
Really good. No plates. But I think that does mean she at least should have the Devil's Drip plate for the power rating, because that way we can 100% guarantee she hits over 60 million. But that would be okay. So that's one. Ah, goodness, why does it keep doing this? Keeps data conflicting every time I try to change plates. So that would be one rare thing.
Do you have the 200% black metal on her strap as well, or not? I don't think it's maxed.
The black move damage? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it does
everything's
pump that
maxed
finisher.
on this account. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, good point.
Yeah. All right, so let's put
Okay.
the Devil's Drip back. I think so. That's one rare thing for her. And
Hmm.
then I guess we have to determine, is Lyra Valkyria going to be a rare thing? Like, she's going to be your S tier character. She's rare right now, but is she rare long term? That's going to be the big
Mhm.
question.
Right.
Everything else is extremely accessible on here. It's R-Truth, Jerry Lawler, Zombie Live, but really you could use Boogeyman right there as well. So
Right.
don't dock her for Zombie Live. That was just the first 30% black gem damage person I could find. So
Lyra
um,
is irreplaceable, correct? There's nothing that can be subbed for her and get a comparable the plus 200% column breaks, right? She's unique.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. We can't make a completely free to play loadout yet, but maybe 3 months from now, Lyra will be,
Right.
achievable, grindable, recruitable.
Right. Right.
And no, we can't base it on the future. We can't.
Right. But I mean, we can base the trends of S tier. Like, for example, now again, I know I've been spending a lot lately, so don't use me as the example. But I haven't missed an S tier character in months in this game, like months
Hmm.
and months. So does that mean the average person in the community is getting the S tier? No. So I would say, is someone who is in a top 100 faction but maybe not a top 10 faction like we are, are they getting the S tier character every month, give or take, because that would determine for me how rare she
Every
is
month, no.
forecasted to be.
I would
So
say no to every month. I do think the people that are playing hard are getting the S plus, I mean the S tiers within 3 to 4 months of their release.
okay. Okay. Well, then, in that case, I would say it's going to have to be up to the community to determine whether or not that's a second rare thing. So,
Yeah, like Jacob Fatu, for example, is his shards by the hundreds now are on prize walls. Bubba Ray Dudley, another.
yeah,
Um, just kind of looking through the S tiers from this year. Charlotte, she's been a little harder to come by than those two. Acro Sammy has not been
he
very
wasn't.
accessible.
He was an S tier, but he wasn't like the
Ah,
monthly S tier character. So
fair,
he'd
fair
be
point.
different. So
Brett. I feel like most people have Striker Brett by now.
right. So within a
Mm,
couple
okay.
months, we're
Yeah, three or
saying
4 months, I bet.
fairly available. So
Yeah.
all right, well, I've already done the first two, but let me explain them real quick and then we're going to vote on here. So, for the five that I gave her in power, in order to get a five, you need to hit at least 100% or more of the current meta's top end damage. We decided at the start of this meta, and it's held true, that 60 million is really where the top end damage begins. A lot of characters can hit more than that, but 60 million is where it begins, so she gets a 5 there. For speed, she got a 5 because at least two of the following were true. MP charge is equal to or less than 6. Her MP charge is 5, and that move loads the rest of her moves. So you don't need all of them to be 5 or 6. You just need the one that loads the rest of the moves to be there. So that's good. Moves recycle flawlessly, 100%. Animations are quick. Yeah, I mean, she won like boom under 45 seconds. I mean, very, very quick. And you don't really even touch the board. It's just click, 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 done. So very easy, low charge, easy recycle, 5 on speed as well. But now we get to where you, the community, come in. We need to decide what's rare and what's not together. So for readiness, a 5 would be that the character needs 0 or 1 special things to make them work well. That's a plate, gear, moment, which again we don't have on her, so we can't count that, or rare trainers. So we know at least the chocolate or the Devil's Drip is one rare thing. So the question is whether Lyra counts for a second, which would mean for a 4, character needs 2 special things: plate, gear, moment, rare trainer, etc. For a 3, character needs 3 special things, and she doesn't need anything beyond that, so we don't have to do that score. So it's really kind of between a 5 and a 4 for me, but if you think she needs 3 special things, just explain yourself in the comments section. Rusty, off to you.
Oh, the readiness poll. We're having a great conversation in the chat. And I just want to, okay, lightning polls going live for readiness. I want to apologize. More in the community have expressed that they don't have Striker Brett than I thought.
Okay.
Very surprising, but thank you for the feedback. It really helps us to see things more clearly, especially those of you that we know are in the feeds all the time talking about the game. So readiness poll is live. Remember, you got to click the number and then click vote. So it's a 2-click process, whether you're on a mobile device or a desktop, or if you're watching us on a smart TV or on demand later via YouTube. Let us know your thoughts in the chat, in the comments, because we'd love to hear, even in retrospect, how you voted. So Leaf, right now, the 4s are far and away 81%. And I have to believe it's because either Lyra or the Devil's Drip or the combination of both. I think this MLC, Lyra feels further away than other S tiers have felt. At least that's my perception. And I'm, like I said, I'm still about 1,000 shards shy of Lyra, which feels, pretty much like you're going, am I gonna get her? Where are the shards?
Right.
So.
No, I understand. Yeah. Well, and I think that's a fair point for the community. People saying they don't have Brett yet is a good example of, okay, that means the S tier is probably a special thing for most people, which means that's 2 rare things, and that's a 4, and that's what the community voted. So there you go.
Good feedback. And the reason this matters is because some people out there are going to do a loot pull and get Nia. They'll be the luckiest of all. But, they need to know objectively what will be required to build her to kind of best capacity, right? Battle mode. So,
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind she does have 2 other builds. The all hit 60 million, but the trade-off why we chose this moveset for there is the second build, which was the Power Gem build. It would be very slow. It hits over 60 million, but the speed was extremely slow, so that would take a hit there. And the first one hits more consistently hard, but you needed your Sherry Martel and the Seth Anardo and etc. So it needed more things and still didn't hit quite as hard as this hits with the Yeet. So this felt like the most rounded move set, and I think everyone's being fair with it so far. So well, let's talk versatility. So for versatility, for a 5, character is competitively usable in Feud, Boss, and Showdown, competitive in all 3 modes. And character has a special gem type that will help them in Boss and Extreme Rules. She has multiple different. She has power gems. She's got column break gems, and she's got multi gems.
And multi,
yeah. For a 4, character is competitively usable in 2 modes: Feud, Boss, and or Showdown, but only 2 of the 3. Still has a special gem type. For a 3, character is competitively usable in 1 of those modes, and maybe a sleeper occasionally for Boss. For a 2, not good in any of those competitive formats, but would win in tours and blitzes. Off to you, Rusty.
Lightning poll is live. And what we've been doing the last few weeks, friends, is this. If you don't think she's a 5 in versatility, write the format that you would not take her into battle in to plead your case so that we understand. Because otherwise it just looks like a bias. It looks like you're saying, well, I just don't like her, so I won't use her for this, which is fair, but it shouldn't change someone's score because of that, right?
Yeah.
So now we'll get to the Entourage ability Metal Man next, but now this is, are you going into battle with Nia in Feud? Are you going in Showdown? Are you going in with Boss Battle? And and there are some absolute hate voters out there voting one. There are
Oh no,
4 votes for one, which
no.
just, to me, that means one was the second highest received category, which means I just quote, I don't like Nia, I won't use her. Understood, but I don't think that's a very objective vote, right? I think that's a very subjective to your preference vote. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
the fives have it with 10 votes plus what we have. Yeah, 10 votes, and
okay.
then if we take the ones out of there, the next highest receiving vote would be 4. So
Okay. Well, yeah, the ones are that's trolling. That's not how we try to keep these objective because people really do like this sheet is used by a number of people in the community. As always, big shout out to JD Nash for managing the main page on that for us. That makes it even more versatile. But yeah, she's a 5. So I mean, low charge moves for feud and showdown. I mean, we can never account for what in showdown is going to get nerfed. So ignoring that, she's a 5 MP. So there's almost no way you can't just take in an
all right,
extra trainer and she's ready to
yeah,
go.
every format.
Yeah, feud's a given, and then she's got multiple gym types for boss battle. So if there's a column break female boss, she's going to be the dominator right there. If there's a multi gym with blue, she's got multi gym in blue. If there's column breaks, row breaks, and column breaks in black, she's got that. If there's power gym, she's got that. So I mean, she's got a lot of versatility for boss. So clearly a 5 for me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But this is the make or break for a lot of characters, the coaching ability.
That's
Red
right.
gems do 30% more damage, and moves that generate red gems will create 3 more red gems. Red gems do 30, not 40, but 30, and moves that generate red gems will create 3 more gems. So, for a 5, that would need to be an essential trainer coaching ability that adds something you don't want to go into battle without. For a 4, that is a widely used ability that helps the character it's on reach their full potential. For a 3, it's a niche trainer coaching ability, may not be used much but valuable when needed. And for a 2, you only use it if you're missing other trainers or coaches who do the same thing better. Rusty, off to you.
All right. Lightning poll for Entourage is live. I am a big Entourage enthusiast, Lee,
Yeah.
but this is the same ability as Rockin' Roman, what he
Okay.
does for purple. I find myself using other purple coaches a lot more than Rockin' Roman. I love the 30% gym damage, but I also like when there's move damage involved as well. So, like a carrying cross, oftentimes is a great one. But Naya's not using a red move, so there's no reason particularly to use um, carrion, right?
Wait, what?
Hmm.
To use her instead of carrying, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Wait. So sorry, you can't use her on herself. So that
Right.
makes
I got
sense.
confused for a second there, but it
No,
sounds
I
like you
got
did too.
confused. Clearly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd say this follows others who are similar, who are niche. I mean, that's kind of a definition of a niche
Who else?
ability.
Who else does the 30% and +3? Like who else does that? I can't.
I don't know that there's others that do 30% plus 3. The plus 3s in the red right now are Chelsea Green, who just makes 3 more, and
Oh,
Zombie Bianca, who makes 3 more, but she does it off all gym types: Juggernaut, Trap, etc.,
right.
etc.,
Okay.
etc.
Okay.
So nobody does this exact same thing, but yeah, this is like so to Vikes are playoff bound. Powerhouse Hogan. This is great for Powerhouse Hogan.
Ah.
Who else?
Oh.
Who else?
Ooh. Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Who else? So I think it's a 3. I think the community's right on. And that means, let's see, so it's 24, 23, 22. That puts her at a 22 out of 25, which for female strikers, that puts her tied with
Below.
Roxanne. But look at where we have Naomi. We might need to relook at her. We've got Naomi
Yeah.
at a
Now that's
20.
before her gear, before her plate, before her
Right.
moment. That was a premier Naomi.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we've learned a few things since then. We stopped power rating people fast. Like Nia, we are doing debut weekend because with the S plus tiers, they typically don't put too many more things on them. But we've waited on the A tier and the S tier especially because they tend to put a lot of special things after their release.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
plus we've seen her moment. We've seen the plate that's premiering, and it's later in the MLC. So this is not week one where we're previewing her and we're not sure what else is going to come out this month.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, there she is. Nia Jax is not queen of the category because Zombie Bailey is better than her. But that's it. And I would say Naomi probably needs to be relooked at quick just to say if she's actually the queen of the category. But the very least, Zombie Bailey outscores her. And that's all we need to know. So that's it for Nia. Rusty, any final thoughts? And then take us out.
Well, my final thought is on this one. Gosh, I hope we have a chance to revisit Naomi soon, because I feel like there is a burning sensation to do so, and to see if we can get that queen of the category assigned. I think Naomi might give Bailey a run for her money. However, man, Bailey's Entourage is so good. It's hard to challenge somebody with a 5 Entourage. So it may be moot point. The last thing I'll say is, if you're watching this, we've had a lot of conversation about Striker Brett, the best there ever will be in his availability. Please check out the stipulation shop because his shards are still there. We want you to get them. I would hate and regret not telling you that on this video. So go to that stip shop, 1.6 million stip coins, and if you're not playing your Gemmania daily, that's how you get those remaining shards. All right, friends, enter the chat with us each and every Friday night as we power rate the latest and greatest superstars in WWE Champions, as you lift your voice, as you cast your vote, and as you make double entendre and inappropriate jokes in the chat. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Uh-huh.